The Kushite dynasty rose, resisted Egypt, then clashed with Rome before its decline.
One of the greatest empires in history, and despite facing many difficulties, they maintained their sovereignty over almost the entire Nile River Valley. But Africa has always been a vast continent, inhabited by many different peoples. Some sought to conquer the fertile lands of Egypt. Kingdoms and tribes from Libya, Syria, and Turkey constantly challenged Egypt's power. Yet there were people whose courage and tenacity frightened even the mighty Egyptians. The Nubians, an African people, lived in the region we now call Sudan. By 3100 BC, Nubian villages dotted the Nile. For much of their history, the Nubians had no written language. What we know comes mostly from the Egyptians' records. Nubia was rich: gold veins, semi-precious stones, ebony, incense, and ivory. These treasures drew Egyptian invaders, and the Nubians resisted as fiercely as they could. But Egypt's armies were stronger, and Nubia was pushed further south. During times of Egyptian instability, the Nubians regrouped, trading with Egypt, sharing knowledge, and preparing for a future of their own. Under Pharaoh Thutmose I, Nubia became part of the Egyptian Empire, but that control did not last. The Nubians united, founding the Kingdom of Kush, with Napata as its capital. The Egyptians called them Kush. The kingdom's first great leader was Alara, a tribal chief who became king of all Nubians. The successors of Alara strengthened Kush, expanded its borders, and ensured its economy and defenses thrived. The Kushites traded with Egypt and reached the Arab kingdoms of Nabatea and Sheba. Their wealth was legendary. Gold and rubies adorned their leaders, priests, and even their horses. As Egypt faltered, the Kushites conquered Egyptian cities, including Thebes. At the height of their power, under King Paye, they ruled all of Egypt. King Paye declared himself champion of the god Amun, led his army for over a year, defeating all who opposed him. This era, the Nubian dynasty, occurred during Egypt's third intermediate period, around 1070 BC. As Egyptians and Nubians intermarried, their cultures influencing each other in religion and society. After securing Egypt, Paye returned to Napata, leaving his brother to govern the northern lands. Kushite rule in Egypt lasted until 656 BC, until Assyrian invaders, armed with iron and siege weapons, forced them to retreat. The Kushites moved south, founding the city of Meroe as their new capital. They built pyramids and developed their own writing system, the Meroitic script. Powerful Kushite kings and queens shaped their nation. One, Ergamenes, ended the priestly ritual of forced royal suicide, choosing reason and justice over blind tradition. Women held prominent roles in Kush, sometimes reigning as queens, leading armies, advising the king. The queen mother, or Candace, wielded great political influence. One remarkable ruler, Amenishekheto, stood against Rome after it conquered Egypt. She refused tribute, declared war, and led her soldiers to sack Aswan, Philae, and Elephantine. Even the head of Augustus' statue was taken, a symbol of defiance. After 3 years, Rome agreed to peace, recognizing Kush as an independent power. The Kingdom of Kush endured until AD 350, weakened by trade decline and scarcity of resources, eventually falling under the influence of the Aksum Empire. The Kushites were brave warriors, skilled craftsmen, wise merchants. Their history shows the strength and resilience of African peoples, capable of resisting even the mighty Roman Empire.